What's up? It's Kijani CurlCare here. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I share tips and expert advice on media, freelance, tech and business. Today, we are talking about building a Kenyan brand. How do you build a Kenyan brand from scratch? Today, we have visited a business person who is exhibiting a product here at Kenyatta International Conference Center, KICC in Nairobi, Kenya, who has built her brand from scratch. What is the process of building a Kenyan brand? That is what we are going to talk about in this video today. Stay tuned.
When we started Kijani, we actually didn't know that it was to become a business. I struggled with hair and skin problems. The experience on manufacturing, I didn't have it. I am by training an accountant.
My last job, I was a group CFO, but I also do serve in some boards of organizations. One of our greatest enemies is ourselves, the fear that we have.
There are very many opportunities. There's packaging, there's formulating, there's product, there's distribution. There are so many opportunities.
No, our current beard growth oil retails at 600 bob only.
My name is Guantai, the founder and CEO of Kijani CurlCare and SkinCare. Kijani CurlCare and SkinCare is a Kenyan company that manufactures high quality natural hair care and skincare products. So Kijani CurlCare was started in 2020 when we had COVID, and started out as a company that was producing hair care products.
Yes.
And our customers really loved our products, and they actually urged us to come up with, products for skin and also personal care. So Kijani is a company that deals with, different ranges of products, ranging from hair treatments, both the ones that are to be washed and the ones that are to be left on. We also have organic oils. We also have organic soaps that we make that are handmade. For hair care, we have shampoo bar, we have the treatments, the hair treatments. We also have organic oils. For skin care, we have organic oils that are specifically for the skin, and a lot of other products that we repack.
So, before the product came to that stage of manufacturing, how long did it take before you started now doing research and doing now the manufacturing of the product? Were you producing it at home, or what was happening?
When we started Kijani, we actually didn't know that it was to become a business. So we stumbled on the idea. We started it at home. I struggled with hair and skin problems, and that is where the inspiration came from. So I remember in the course of 2020, during the COVID period, it was not easy for people to move around. And I remember the salon that I used to go to, it had shut. So I went to this salon just near where I used to live. And by that time, I had relaxed hair. And this lady did a very shoddy job. And I remember going back and looking at my hair and not liking what I saw. So that is actually where it started. That is when I started, researching on what alternative products that I could use. I went online, and then at that time, macadamia oil was very common, and on looking at the pricing, the pricing was really high. And I remember calling my mom, asking her, macadamia products are really expensive in Nairobi. So, and we have macadamias at home. Yeah. Actually, in Meru, macadamias are like, the thing that every household should have. So then she told me, so what do you think about it? So she told me, do you think that you can start something whereby you can produce the macadamias that we have? And that is how the Kijani that we have right now started.
My wife used to struggle a lot with skin and hair issues, and those struggles actually preempted her to formulate something that will work for her skin. And over time, she will share the products with friends who will really come and say, okay, this is really good, it works, And I think, from that is when now we thought, why can't we, take this to another level? So we approached KICC, where we did our research, and then we went to KEBS, who certified our products. And yes, then now we came to the market.
So by that time, I just wanted a solution for my hair.
Okay.
So I wanted a solution that could suit my hair. By that time, I had relaxed hair.
Yeah.
I remember shaving it, and deciding that I needed to start afresh.
Yeah.
And that is when I started researching on the products that I was to use. But they were very expensive.
Yeah.
And that is how actually our journey started. Then, we got our macadamias from Meru. Actually, we got from the villagers. And
So the first product you used
Yes.
was the one that you manufactured from home?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
And
yes.
it did well?
So it was trial and error.
Uh-huh.
And I realized that I didn't have the technical know-how of how to come up with a product that could last probably for long, because at home I used to do a DIY, do it yourself,
Yeah.
Then I started asking myself, so the DIY is a good point to start. So in the long run, so what should I be using? That is how actually I started researching and met these people from KICC, that is the Kenya Industrial Research Development Institute, where we were incubated. All our products on hair care range were developed in KICC because they trained us on how to manufacture out of KICC.
Okay. So how long does the training at KICC take? Before now they say you are ready to start the product
So
line.
of course it starts by you making an application
Yeah.
to the director,
Yeah.
telling the director of your interest to come and maybe develop a product or be trained on a particular product. So then after a few, probably 2 weeks, the director reverts to you, and of course with an invoice of the amount that you are to settle. Then after settling, then you are good to go. You start immediately.
Okay.
So you can be incubated there, or you can be there for common manufacturing facility. Someone who comes just to manufacture their products. So when you go there, of course you're connected to a contact, and you speak to this contact on what your expectations are, and this contact is supposed to take you through and ensure that you get what you are looking for.
So in terms of safety standards,
Yes,
that
yes.
is what you thought.
Yes. So before a product is rolled out to the market,
Yeah.
it has to have the KEBS certification. That is, for our case, the standard mark. And, they check different parameters. Of course, they consider whether the product is stable, whether it has heavy metals, or whether it has ingredients that are not good for human consumption. They also consider, the pH. They also consider whether it's too acidic or too alkaline. There are so many, depending on the product, there are so many things that they test on.
So for someone intending to start something, a brand or a product brand, is the training expensive for them, or also the testing of the product,
Yeah.
the KEBS?
They say where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
So when you say expensive, it's a bit relative. But if you truly have the will, you want to do something, you'll not feel the cost.
Okay.
Because frankly, in the long run, you'll actually see the benefits. So there are a lot of advantages to going through KICC. They also connect you to the industry players. Currently, we are also members of Kenya Association of Manufacturers, which has been very instrumental in propelling us and, creating a platform whereby we can, showcase our products to our consumers. Like this establishment, the Changamka Festival, it is the initiative of Kenya Association of Manufacturers. So, yeah, at the end of the day, it's worth it.
Okay.
At the end of the day, it's worth it.
Talking about the training, for someone intending to start a product line, maybe they have a product, but now it's not approved by KICC. Is it important to go for the training with KICC? Do you recommend a training before you start now going into the market instead of going directly to manufacture the product?
I actually highly recommend. The last time I checked, if your product doesn't have the certification mark, I think there are some in KICC there are surveillance people who go around taking products and checking whether they are standardized. So yes, it's very important to go through KICC, and the reason why I'm really advocating for future manufacturers to go through KICC is because apart from the training and the product development, it will be easy for you to interact even with industry players. They actually have very key leads. They have networking opportunities. So apart from everything else, and I also believe it's not prudent for someone to put a product out there that doesn't have the required standards.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's very important for them to pass through KICC and have, their product certified to be safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
What inspires you to come up with new products?
Okay, so initially...
Because you started with one.
I actually started with one. So for me, my inspiration is my own struggles and the struggles of people who are around me. So as I mentioned earlier, I really struggled with skin issues and also hair issues. At one point I shaved my hair, and looking back, I think it was worth it. It was worth it. So for me, that is the inspiration that I have, and also realizing that the problems that I have are not mine alone. They also affect most of us, and that is how we actually came up with the business.
When actually legalizing the business now,
Yes.
do you have to register the company separately from the brand or the trademark?
For those who have done business, you can have a sole proprietor or a limited company or a partnership. So as we've registered a limited company, so of course you have to go to the registrar of business. You pay some money, you register the business, and then now the business becomes limited. For us, we thought having a limited company is more, it resonates well with our objectives and our vision. To actually trademark the name, it is important to do that. We have, sometimes, when you don't trademark the name, somebody can come up and claim that you've been operating under his brand name. So I think it's more safe to trademark the name. So, we've done that.
How much is that?
No, it's not expensive. You can always visit actually, we have government institutions that assist where they do the trademarks. It's not expensive, and the process is not tiresome.
Okay.
And I think for future, challenges, just in case somebody might come and say that you've been trading under my name, now at least you are safe. The institution that deals with the trademarks is KICC. KICC stands for Kenya Industrial Property Institute. They are located at Lavington.
Okay.
Our partnerships have been the backbone of where we are now. For us, we decided to go after the women groups.
Yeah.
So different products that we have, like macadamia oil, we get them from the women in Meru. We have baobab oil that we also get from the coastal region. We have the chia seeds that we get from the western part of this country. So, the partnerships that we've built over time with the farmers have actually accorded us the capability to to always produce and always be in business. I think I've really been supported by women. First of all, to start with, is my mom. When I started out Kijani, before now I went to my co-founder and explained to him what I had in mind. I remember going to my mom, and of course there's this person who was to crush the macadamia to the oil. So, and by that time it was so difficult because the machines that the people who were crushing were asking for actually a very high tonnage. So there are people who are telling you, for me to crush for you, you need to come like with 10 tons or 5 tons. So I met this guy who told me that, I can bring, 1 ton. 1 ton is like 1,000 kgs. By that time, I think during the COVID season, macadamia was not that expensive. So it was around 50 shillings. So that was translating to 50K. So by that time, I didn't have the money. But I remember my mom telling me, I can give you some 35,000, then you look for the rest. But this money is for the chama, so ensure that you bring it back. And I remember going to my KCB M-Pesa and getting the remaining 15,000, and that is how we actually got the 1 ton and started our journey. So for me, women empowerment, women have been very integral in my life. The people who are around me, the encouragement that we also receive from our clients who are majorly women is very inspiring for me.
Yeah, okay, so as a woman building a Kenyan brand, how has it been?
Wow, At women aside, as a person, a young person, building a brand has been very interesting. Very interesting. Personally, the experience on manufacturing, I didn't have it. I am by training an accountant. I did my bachelor's in commerce. I majored on finance and accounting. So manufacturing was actually something that I stumbled on.
Okay.
So, at times, I remember there was a time it was very difficult. But with time, with engagement, with partnership, with, networking and getting to know, people in the industry, it becomes a bit easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before Kijani, what were you doing?
Okay.
Kijani?
So I was an accountant for a company here in town, a company that dealt with pharmaceutical products and hospital equipment. So, but before then, I think I've always loved to do business. So there's a point in time I used to do mtumba. There's a point in time I used to sell bags. Back in campus, I'm that girl who used to carry second-hand clothes and go and sell to people. You buy them at 30 shillings, you sell at 200. For me, I think I've always loved, trading.
Yeah, I started off as a lecturer. I used to be a lecturer at a local institution. I actually used to teach CPA just immediately after my university. Then I went and got a job in some company in Westlands. I was employed as an accountant for a few weeks. Then I became the finance manager. I was lucky. There was a vacuum, and it coincided when I entered. So I became the finance manager. Then from there, I have served as a finance director for a company for a long period. So I currently am, my last job I was a group CFO, but I also do serve in some boards of organizations.
As the experience you got from working for a pharmaceutical company influenced how you run your business at Kijani?
Yes, yes. If I'm to advise people, it's very important to start to get employed. Yeah. There are things that you learn, and there are things that you cannot learn. There are things that are very expensive if you learn by your own experience. So for me, the experience that I got in my job market, has enabled me to actually be able to manage and run what we have.
So was transitioning now from employment to building a company. How was that experience? Was it hard to leave your job so that you can focus on your company?
Yeah. So initially, when I started Kijani, I was in between. I was employed, and I was also, running this business. It takes time to build something, and that is how I quit. Of course, left my job respectfully, with a lot of gratitude to my employer, who had really, invested greatly on me in terms of training and exposure.
Okay.
So the employment versus you being the employer is totally different. So when you're employed, of course, someone else takes care of everything. You just come and do the work, and I think it was a bit easier. When you're the employer, you have to worry about, not really worrying, but it's upon you to ensure that the human capital, the people that you have as your employees, are well catered for. They are well trained. They bring value. You have to ensure that everything in the business runs.
Always go for organic growth. So whereby you just grow organically with what you have. It also saves you a lot of stress instead of just trying to pour everything. And sometimes so that when you have setbacks, at least you are risking whatever you can actually handle.
Okay. For someone wanting to start, they feel maybe they are young, they are old. Is there any specific age that someone can start, or they can start anytime, so long as they are ready?
Well, I think that point, so long as they are ready. So it doesn't matter the time. There are people who actually bloom very early.
Yeah.
There are those who bloom a bit late. So there's no time restrictions. So there's no time restrictions to when you need to start something.
Should people fear, like if they leave their job, they will not succeed in the other side? Should that fear come, or should they take that confidence and say, I'm taking this part and I'm trusting the process?
So I believe fear and faith cannot exist in the same room.
Yeah.
So if you truly need something and you believe that it's going to work, I totally believe that it works.
Okay.
So it's about your belief system and that thing that you want to pursue.
Entrepreneurship is not easy, it's difficult. And I think one of our greatest enemy is ourselves, the fear that we have. And how does this fear occur is because of over-planning. So I think once you consult God and you feel in your heart you are ready, just do it. And don't fear to fail, because failure is always part of just the journey.
Employment is comfortable, but there are things that you might not end up doing because you are busy on employment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about employing other people. Do you struggle with employing people?
Okay. So initially we used to do it ourselves, but right now we've hired someone who can take care of the human resource. We believe in the capabilities of the people that we hire. We believe that they represent us in many ways. There are things that we might struggle with, but there are things that other people do them flawlessly. So for us, I think hiring people as really isn't the burden. You can have a good product, but you also need people who can believe and trust in you and trust in your vision and your mission.
Let's talk about workforce now.
Yes.
Have you started generating employment, creating
Yes.
employment?
We have 3 permanent staff, and some of them we call them when there's need. We hope to employ more. It really feels good when you see that whatever you are doing is impacting to another person. We pray to God that we can even hire thousands. And when you see that especially young people, women, and you can see that they are able to earn something and also benefit their families. I think that is really inspiring.
Do you think there are things that government can do to promote entrepreneurs or local brands so that people can trust local brands and buy from them?
The main responsibility of government is to create an enabling environment for business to, to be in business.
Yeah.
So where I sit, I believe creating an enabling environment is, having tax regimes that are favorable, ensuring that, products from outside do not come to overpower our local products, really providing us a platform, even in the outside countries, to be able to showcase what we have. And I think to some extent they have done so.
Government is doing a lot. Personally, yesterday at night, we were in a function with other manufacturers, and the Minister of Industrial Relations actually came at night to greet us and encourage us. I think, and also, they need the taxes, so they must support us so that we can be able to pay the taxes. So, it's a two-way traffic, but I really think, there's a lot of government initiatives to support SMEs.
Okay.
Like us now, we are also members of Kenya Association of Manufacturers. This association has really helped us to get contacts, keep us close to resources that we would not have had if we were not in the association.
So finally, are there opportunities in the manufacturing industry for the young people to come and explore?
There are very many opportunities. I'm telling you, you see, let us take an example of even the cosmetic industry.
Yeah.
There's packaging, there's formulating, there's product, there's distribution. There are so many opportunities, and I feel since these are consumable products, the population is enough for all of us to be in the same space.
Okay.
Manufacturing, I feel there's so much to be done. There's so much to be done in the sense that we've not really explored the practical sense of manufacturing. In school, we go to study. So even people who have done engineering, they just go to study, and I feel the practical aspect of being an engineer is you going out there, constructing something or doing something that that is a solution to the masses.
Okay. Close. Which product sells well for you right now?
Well, so I think I'm biased a bit on that. So depending on the season, there are products that do well in different seasons. So like the essential oils, can do well during the cold season because they are used in steamers, to steam them. Like eucalyptus is very good, as a steamer, Shea butter is really a nice product for the entire family, from kids to adults. Shea butter has always worked.
Apart from the money aspect, it is very exciting when you see people appreciating, especially now that we are, we do beauty products, and some of our customers, they buy them because they are struggling. Let's say, for example, somebody has whiteheads and blackheads. We have some of them that have receding hairlines, So it is very, very exciting when you see that the reviews, when they say that, okay, it works, and we were able to, I feel good, my skin is good, I look nice, that bit is very, very exciting.
Now, naming the products.
Yes.
Is there any process or procedure that you follow when naming your products? Because
No,
you have several products, yeah?
So if maybe I start with the skincare, what we have.
Yeah.
So we have cleansers, we have rice water, black soap, goat milk, camel milk, activated charcoal, betona. We have actually like 9 different cleansers. We've actually named them from the raw material. Like for example, rice water, we actually use the rice water. Goat milk soap, we use the goat milk. We have also camel milk. We also have, all of them mostly they are named after the raw materials.
As you conclude, talk about the pricing of your products now. Is it something that someone can afford?
I feel we provide quality at prices that are really cost effective. So yeah, they need to come and sample our products and realize that the quality that we offer is really higher as compared to the price that we actually charge on the products.
You said you have Beards products.
Yes.
How much is it and how does it
No,
work?
our current beard growth oil retails at 600 bob only. But sometimes we have offers, you know. I think it's here.
This one?
Yes, that one. Yeah, it's here.
Yeah.
No. And we've used jojoba, grapeseed oil, clove oil, shea butter, vitamin C, you know, peppermint essential oil. Very nice for your beards.
Results? How long does it take?
No, mostly organic
to get results?
organic products, unlike chemical products.
Yeah.
You have to be patient, but after 2 weeks you should be able to start seeing some change.
Where can people find you, like your products?
So our shop is in Utawala Airways, Jordan Court. For those who are in town, you can find us at Jamia Plaza, second floor. And for those who would wish them delivered, we deliver all over the country and beyond.
So people can find you online and contact you?
Yes, yes.
Okay. You have a website?
We have a website at Kijani CurlCare.com and also at Kijani CurlCare and SkinCare on TikTok, Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Maybe you can say something as you conclude.
My parting shot is, you know, my parting shot is a wake-up call to our young people. There's so much to be done. I see people moving out of Kenya because of different reasons, but I feel there's so much that we can do here in this country. There are a lot of solutions that need to be awakened. So take that step of faith, that nagging idea that has refused to go away. Just start with baby step. Start and of course celebrate the wins. Yeah. So also to our young people that they should hold on to hope.
Hello guys, my name is Subira from Kijani CurlCare and SkinCare. One of the most famous products from us is the activated charcoal and the vitamin C serum. So for the activated charcoal, it deeply cleanses and prevents premature aging. It also makes the skin tight and firm. To those who have the acne, I would really recommend this one, and the vitamin C serum for the oily skin. And to those who are suffering with acne, they will go with salicylic acid. And if you're a man out there who wish to be like Rick Ross, I'd really recommend this product from Kijani CurlCare. Welcome guys, thank you.
And that is it about building a Kenyan brand from scratch. I hope you have learned something from this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below here. Up until next time, bye-bye and take care. My name is Kijani Mutai. You can visit my website on cheptiony.com to learn more about what I do.